Ever wanted a drill press table? I have too. Stay with me. We'll build this one together. I've been wanting a drill press table for a while, so I'm going to make one here, and I'm going to cut the T-track first. I'm going to make it out of MDF, but I'm going to cut this T-track here to go in the MDF. And I'm just going to lay out where the slots are going to go for the T-track that I purchased from Rockler. This is 3/4 inch T-track that I got from them that I'm laying out here. I'm just going to lay out each one of these tracks on each side of this board. And of course, I'm going to make my cuts now on my table saw. I could use a dado stack here, but I'm using my table saw here to cut out several sections of the slot that I laid out here. Just make several passes on each side, and I'll cut the dado out. And I'm going to get the T-track that I cut earlier. I'm going to place it in the slot with these little screws I got. These are 3/4 inch screws. If you'll notice right here, I cut the slot too wide. That's a no-no. So bad. And of course, I'm going to glue these two pieces together, these two pieces of MDF, so that would remedy the situation not only for the screws, but it's going to make it a lot more stable, a lot more beefier, less flex, and so forth. And I'm going to apply a generous amount of glue here, and I'm going to spread the entire piece here with glue, getting the entire surfaces with glue, so you want to make sure they get a good bond. Of course, earlier I told you I had made that one slot a bit wide for that T-track, and this is my answer for that. I'm going to rip down this 1/8 inch piece and glue it in the track to make it a lot more tighter for that T-track. So we're going to need to measure on each side to make the table be even on each side. And I'm going to do this with my flat ruler, and also I'm going to measure and mark the center of the board and drill a hole here so I'll know that for reference. And I'll take some drywall screws and 3 washers and fasten this in. So now it's time to move on to making the fence. I'm going to take some 3/4 inch plywood, put a mark there. I'm going to cut it with this saw here. And I'm going to use this screw here that I'm going to be placing through the height of the fence, and I'll move the fence on my table saw for the same depth of cut I need to make the fence. And I'll do this twice, and I'll glue these up in just a moment. So I want to make sure these never come apart, so I'm going to be putting plenty of Titebond 3 glue on this. You wouldn't have to use Titebond 3, it's going to be inside, but that's what I use pretty much all the time anyway. So I'm going to put this in and spread it out and glue it together, and we're going to put some clamps on it. And as soon as I can squeeze the life out of this piece of wood and wipe off the excess glue, we'll move on to joint the pieces. Thing of beauty, isn't it? And I'm going to be drilling the holes for the T-track as you see here, and it's very important that I get this straight up and down best I can, so as the fence will be at 90 degrees perpendicular to the table. Alright, so here's the finished product, the table and the fence of the drill press. A couple, 3 things I want to note that I would have done differently. I should have put a T-track across the front here, and I will in the future video an upgrade to this thing. I'm going to put a T-track here for faster, quicker changeovers for my stops, as well as one on top probably. And also I need to chamfer this bottom edge to keep dust from collecting in the bottom of the fence. And I need to add dust collection. Drills are notorious for not having good dust collection in there, and this was no exception. So I'm going to add a 2-inch port probably here to come off my Rockler quick system over here. But overall, I like the fence. It gives me a lot of options. I can angle the thing. I can, get my cut stable and everything. If you like this video, consider subscribing and hit the notification button somewhere on the bottom down there. And leave me a comment on what you like about the build or what you didn't like about the build, or some things I could improve upon, especially the angle thing. I can clamp it down, but I want something more automated. But leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.